Astra, 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 Astra. Come here. Oh, no, don't leave the room. Come here. Astra.Mystra. No. Don't leave the room. We want to play in the room. In the room. Astra.Mystra. I have your tube. The little tubey. Astra.Mystra. You're here. There you go, my darlings. There you go, my darlings. Okay. What was I doing? Yeah, this. Oh, I wanted to change this so I can hear. There we go. McFluffs, hello. How are you today? Today is another kitty playtime. I got some time to play with the kitties. My sister's having dinner, or not dinner. She's having lunch with the in-laws. So, I am to play with the cats. But I also have a wedding to go to tomorrow. It's gonna be... I also have dinner with some in-laws. I have a wedding to go to tomorrow. Okay, I'm muted. I have a wedding to go to tomorrow. I have a lunch with my family on Sunday. Oh, it's so much. I know that, I don't know. Is it weird for me, because I'm an introvert? Socializing with family and stuff drains me. Plus the fact that I don't particularly get along with my family. Drives me a little nuts. And yeah, that's kinda. Okay, Astra. Oh, my poor babies. My sisters, they haven't gotten along with my sister yet. She has a tendency to kind of charge them, and so they get kind of anxious. And so my cats have been really nervous lately. They've been scared of noises from the outside. I have a feeling that they have a little bit of difficulty from being in the shelter. Because, you know, as little baby kittens, they had no idea what was going on. And so, you know, being locked in a cage, strange noises, I believe that their caretakers were women, and you know, they were busy, they had to come in to their cages, shuffle them around, and so they're just kind of nervous around women's voices, I suppose. Astra. Good, so they were drilling for like 6 hours? What could they possibly be drilling for 6 hours? Like, the amount of damage... The thing is, what are you doing that requires 6 hours of drilling? That's like extreme home makeover type situation. They changed floor with an open door, so it sounded terrible. When it clicked, though, I had no other neighbor gonna have a party. Then they left a hammer and expanding foam. So another neighbor asked if we had a carpenter at us, and said, I know, thought, is this neighbor, or they had a party, or gonna have anyway? She takes the hammer. And expanding foam, so I texted, I wonder where his stuff was. And no, I think, wow, So, oh, so that makes sense. They actually are redoing their house. That's a lot of work. No, I think family gathering can be nice, but also has like pushy everything's gotta be polite, nothing go wrong. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Cause I don't know, there's this with family, they're very I don't know what it is, but with family they're very judgmental. And it just gets kinda like family's nice, but at the same time you get kinda tired of all the judgment, you know? I have no idea. I feel ya. Yeah. Sometimes uh, like is there ever a situation like why can't we just have a pleasant lunch together sometimes? You know? Can't we just sit down, enjoy our meal, talk about the things that we enjoyed since we last saw each other, and leave the serious talk for or more judgmental talk. It's not even serious, not serious, but judgmental talk for like another day sometimes. But no, it's gotta be every single time you meet. It's like, oh, this person's, and then it's something bad happened. I can't. It's having dinner, but we didn't have dinner. We just sat at the sofa and talked shit. Like sometimes, you just want to have dinner and enjoy your meal, and then like maybe have a short and sweet talk about the bad stuff. Like, hey, this bad thing happened. Just want to talk about it a little bit. It's like, oh, I hear you're like, if someone's having trouble, instead of spending the entire meeting talking about how horrible this person is, and that person usually is me. How about you be like, hey, I hear you're having trouble. Anything I can do to help? Instead of being like, yeah, instead of just trashing the person the whole time. But my family is like, oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. Take that person aside and go back and take the other person out. Oh, that's nice. Now that's okay. So that's something honestly quite. I think that's something to cherish because having people have that kind of maturity is not everybody has family like that. Especially my family. My family will. Let's see. Oh man, so here's an example. I was at my grandma's funeral, and she, she had a huge family, being from the old country. She literally had like 9 siblings. She had like 12, 13 kids. So the family's huge. And my dad, he would walk up to every member of my family that I've never met before, and then point at me and say like, "That's my son. He's a piece of shit." I'm like, "Oh, come on. I just met them." They literally saw me for the first time. In their like 60 years of life. And then their first impression is like, hey, he's a piece of shit. I'm like, how about you don't do that? And plus, this event is about my dead grandma. And then of course, yeah. I was like, yeah. And then of course he does that to the family that I see often. And so they will do the same thing. Astra. Yeah, my mom knows what happened. Wanted to tell my sister, but couldn't. Mom shouted me down. I told her later. About a couple months, she got angry, mad. I got angry. Like, I know how she feels about to take a person to the side in the environment so it doesn't get shitty, but isn't it more uncomfortable to take that person away in another room and go back act all normal? It's true. It is, I don't know. Sometimes, I don't know exactly the situation, but sometimes talking in private can be good. Sometimes it could be maybe a little awkward. I can see that. Does your dad do it like joking or serious? Ooh. Maybe a little bit. No, he does it seriously. Oh, I'm sad. I see. That's something that. So I know with miscarriages, they happen more. They're very common, actually. It happens to a lot of people, unfortunately, and it is hard to talk about. But it is. I do think it is important to actually talk about it because it's hard, and oftentimes it's nobody's. I mean, not oftentimes, almost all the time, it's nobody's fault. But yeah, I think it is. It's kind of hard to talk about, but I think it is good to talk about it with people because you don't know what kind of. That's something where you have no idea what people were feeling at the time, you know? And it's especially painful if it was something that they're really looking forward to. Yeah, I talked to mom for a week and then she was like, have you got over it now? I told her now I just learned to live with it. Is it something you get over? Yeah, it's not really something you get over. Because it's something that was very. I mean, it's such a huge moment. And, there was. I don't know all the feelings, but I know that whoever. There was just so much potential. I understand. It's hard. It's very hard for people. It's common. It's very common. Actually, very, very common. Sadly. So, I think it's important for people to be able to talk about it. It's not the most comfortable subject, but that's exactly why it's important to talk about it. And your claws are getting sharp again. How do you sharpen your claws so quick? Mystra. What is it that I'm looking to say? knows her about your miscarriage, so just, I don't know how it feels, so I can't imagine. I mean, it's not something. I think it's a. I mean, one. It's often the case where you don't know what it is, how it feels until it happens to you. But at the same time, it's something. It's not hard to understand that this is like a dream, a hope, that potential future that you might have that just unfortunately wasn't meant to be. And that feeling is and those feelings are hard. I know that we all just have to move on, but still, it's something that was it was a huge moment that that we gotta understand that people that's just difficult. I don't know. And like just trying to move on from that is hard. Is what I want to say. This month I gotta pay back study loan. I'm happy for it because I mean less debt. Yeah, exactly. Less debt. Do you have to pay a lot of interest on your student loan? Oh wait, I think we talked about this. You said no interest for like 10 years? Man, that's crazy. In America, I think in America, I think after 3 months, interest rates start for your student loans. And considering that college is often a 4-year program, the interest builds up pretty quick. But the rent is like $10 US, maybe that like just shipping fee and money paper. Oh, okay, that's not bad at all. So surprisingly, it's so human friendly. Now, like it's just foreign concepts to me. What you can treat people like it's possible to treat people like humans instead of cash cows. But what's the word? Yeah, I I've never been through like a situation with a miscarriage, but if if it's something, I don't know, I'll be here to talk and listen. If you ever need to just vent and talk about it, I think it's important for people to be able to just let it out sometimes. Yeah, it's I don't know. For me, I'm thinking about. I know it's different now, but I was in a serious relationship that I really wanted to make happen for a long time, and like having it all fall apart, mostly due to my own problems. It it stings. But at the same time, like I kind of appreciate the fact that in that relationship, I would never have been able to adopt these cats. And I think these cats are the, one of the best things that ever happened to me. Just look at them. Like, look at this cat. Here, look, look at this cat. I would never be able to adopt. But here, look how cute she is. I just put my hand out, and she would give me a little pat, and then my My brother-in-law has been giving them high fives, and he says he loves how soft and gentle they are. So I had about 4,000 in total, 4 or 5 years later. It's in November, so every quarter you have 185. Last year, 2 times more in a year, 207 and 124. I see. Wow. Congratulations, Nick Fluffs. You did it. I took care of a girl at the right price and everyone. And wow, yeah, that's a good job. That's a really good job. Not everybody is as responsible as you are. I know that for a fact. And hello, Orbix. How you doing? We're just talking about stuff. Oh man, it's been a busy week for me. I have 2 weddings to go to. I went through to one last Saturday. I have another one tomorrow. My brother-in-law and my sister are here. Oh. My brother and sister-in-law are here. And so, like, it's been an excuse to see family, you know? And with family just comes family drama. And I'm just exhausted. I just wanna sit by myself, do my own private stuff. I know it's important to see family and whatnot, but in my current situation, just seeing family is stressful. Ready a pre-static prep? I made boots non. Yum! Sounds delicious, Orbix. It's important to like have a little snack before static. I know that raiding in Final Fantasy 14, it's pretty draining. Like after 1 or 2 hours, my brain is just done because of the way the game works. I get sickness benefit, paid thingy, so I pay back the student loan with that. It's kind of funny that I got loan from government and paid back the sickness pay thingy. That is also from government that I worked. But, like, not work when I'm on sickness pay thingy, but when I could work. I see. Ain't nothing wrong with that. It just means that you're just being responsible, taking care of your debt, you know? It's so funny. It's actually amazing. Honestly, it's kind of amazing you could do that at all. High five, Mystra. Mystra, wait, please. Oh, I'm ready for next week, so I don't need to be with family as much. Wait, please. Wait. Okay, good, Mystra. Oh. Also, I haven't been able to spend as much time with my cats. So one thing is because when my sister would come into the room, my cats get kind of nervous for like the whole day. And so they've just been spending less time with me. So it's just nice to be able to sit and play with my kitties. I'm gonna push it further like years if I want to, due to how much I get every month. I pay less, but push it like years further. But I don't want the interest price thing to do it, so I pay back. That's the responsible thing to do. That's how you do it. Well, I know like everyone has different financial priorities, but in my opinion, paying off debt so your interest doesn't keep going up is one of the most responsible things you could do. we just have a 2-3 hour long scheduled static time, but yeah, it's draining. We could have the first 2 eating savages rather quickly though. I think we did the first in an hour and the second in just close to 2 hours. Nice. That's pretty awesome, Orbix. That's pretty good. I don't know exactly how hard the eating savages are, but from my experience doing it unsynced, they have some pretty chonky mechanics. It's pretty cool. Like calm down, not scared. Comfortable like before? Yeah. This time around my sister and my brother-in-law, they're out and about. They're out and about, so they're not coming in. Last time my sister popped in the middle of playtime. Oh. So they got kind of spooked. It's lots of coordination required. Yeah, that's the fun part about the raids in Final Fantasy XIV. I like that coordination and dance that you gotta do, and there's like there's these little things you could do to make it a little easier, like stacking your damage buffs, or there's some classes where you could stack damage reduction. So if you stack enough damage reduction, some parts of the fight can be just a little bit easier. Or you could like focus on more damage and try to skip certain phases. I remember doing that, where like, oh, we have enough damage in this team. Let's focus. Let's have a strategy where we make everything go smoothly by doing enough damage. Or if you don't have enough damage, you could have a team composition where you can kind of mitigate the risk of wiping. But, you know, it depends on the team you have. The worst statics I've had were the people whose only strategy is to do the big DPS. When the only strategy was that, it gets kind of difficult. Cause you know, after an hour and a half, people are getting tired, and so they're not playing as optimally. And the people who want to focus on just clearing through sheer DPS get frustrated. And those are the moments where I ran into the most drama. But, well, I don't know. Also, I could get written off if I never get to work again. Or pause it, but I'll go ahead and pay it off instead. Then if I ever get work, I guess pay more, start right away. I don't know the right term. Or pay it off and don't have to worry about it. But say you got a study loan for $10,000 for a year study, and you have 10 years to pay off until you turn 65. No matter what happens, they'll just pause it to hire the rent by a couple of dollars. Wow, that's so kind of them. That's legitimately amazing. I think the only reason we got past the hard and rage in the second boss is because of teammates swap back to black mage and go to. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, and sometimes like that little switch where someone can push out a little bit more damage really does make the difference in a fight. They're like, I understand that just going high DPS, if you maximize your DPS, you know, it could go smoother because you don't need to deal with as many mechanics, and that's a pretty valid strategy. If you forget to pay back, they send out a reminder that ends on 45 years. Wow, that's kind of nice. I don't think interest rates are even. I mean, just the interest rates on the US student loans are way higher than $45. I mean, if there's a late, I'm pretty sure the late fee is like crazy too. Astra, can I get a wavy? There you go. There is no image for the rest, so slightly slower learners can learn the mechanics a little better, and once you get the mechanics down, you can go full damage. Yeah, that's how it should be. To be honest, I think your static is doing it right. Because, you know, when people are learning, you know, they need a little bit more leeway. And it's not like people can do full damage if they're like struggling at, you know, they're focused on learning mechanics. And then once everyone has like had a taste of it all, they figure out what you're supposed to do in all the phases. That's when you can just go full damage. When there's been times where I popped into a group where they're like, yeah, and then there'll be new people. There'll be newer people still learning the ropes, and the strategy for everybody is like, oh, we got to skip phases by doing enough damage, but half the group is still learning. So how are they supposed to do that? And you know, and it just becomes this huge mess. The worst is when the new people be like, oh, we can skip this phase if we just do more damage. Except the person saying it is brand new and keeps dying, and so those people are the worst. I've had that happen once or twice when I was raiding, where they're like, "Oh, we could skip the phase." I'm just like, "We could, if you stop dying, that is." But I didn't say that. I don't know. Like, calm. All I wanted to say was, "Calm down, bro. We're learning. Once you get it, we got it." But the percent depends on you study. So I think if you study in like say 2020, it's 2.16%. They go after that or something. Let's see. But if you have like 400 US scholarship free when you study, it's thank you. You don't have to pay back every month. But the more you study, like how far you gotten, say you're nearly at the end, it's $200 to $150 US free. So only pay back the other and not like, oh, okay. I did hear that in Sweden they do pay you to go to school, which is, in my opinion, a very, very smart thing to do, because you know, people who are educated just have more potential. McFluff trying to kidnap again. Bonky, she's trying to kidnap me, Bonky. No, I'm actually really thinking about it. Now that I've been spending time with family, and I've been thinking about it even more than ever. Oh, she's short and skinny, you'll handle it. Oh no. High five. I was thinking, how do I bring what stuff do I bring? And then two, how do I bring my cats? I think some people they give their cat like a drug that makes them drowsy, so they just sleep through it. And then how do I get my stuff over there? I suppose for the most part, I would just buy new stuff. Get in total 1,000 or 12,000. Let's say like half of that. Okay. Gotta open dishwasher. Okay. Welcome back, McFluffs. Get the cat's passport. Each drug them with approved cat calming drugs and fly. Yeah, that's so. Wait, do I need a passport for the cats? No, that's something I didn't realize. Astra.Mystra. Yeah. At least Sweeter Cat needs more. Really? I didn't know that. We have shots depending on where you fly. Oh, okay. So I guess I need to get them specific shots. Can you roll over? Mystra, why are you grabbing the box? You can't even open it. You don't have thumbs to open it. Though they did knock it down the other day and they got a couple. Can you roll over? When you chip them, they get the opportunity to get them passports. Ooh, I see. Oh, I wonder, what's it like to have international cats? Oh, that's so cute. Oh my god. They really are cat passports. They're so cute. Look at that. It's like I know it's like official paperwork, but it's legitimately so cute. And the little bar thing to the right is their chip code. Oh my goodness. I mean, it makes sense. It's like proper documentation. It never hurts to have, you know? Can you roll over? Roll over, please. Mister, you can't even open the box. What are you doing? Can you roll over? Can you roll over? Wait, are you doing it? Come on. I think I gotta start having them roll over more often. Actually, these two don't roll over if they're feeling a little bit anxious. They only do it when they're perfectly comfortable. And being that my sisters have been here, like, for the past week, they don't feel okay with it. Mystra, can you roll over? Oh, look at that cat with the passport. Mystra. Good, Mystra. Good girl. Look at that sleepy cat. Astra.Mystra, her agapas. Oh my goodness, that is adorable. It feels so official. Imagine a cat just walking up to like the check-in, and the cat just hands them the person their passport by themselves. It'd be the cutest thing ever. Just look at this. Good, Mystra. Good, Mystra. What's this? Mystra. Let's see if we can zoom in on rollover Mystra. Mystra, roll over. Roll over. Mystra, can you roll over? Mystra, can you roll over? Mystra, can you roll over this way, please? You can do it. I will give you this treat if you roll over. You can have this if you roll over. Aww. Okay, Mystra, can you roll over this way? ID marking chip, rabies vaccination to get an European Union, go to vet who write pass and vaccination history needs to be done 25 to 1 days before trip. Password is valid. So long rabies vaccination is updated. Okay. Simple. It makes sense. You gotta be responsible. Additional requirements. Some countries may have additional requirements, such as deworming or other vaccinations, so it's important to check out what applies to the country you're traveling to. It's important to plan well in advance to ensure that all requirements are met for your trip. Makes sense. Makes sense. It's true. Last thing I want to do is like bring a like invasive species or something, and especially rabies. Rabies is pretty scary stuff. In fact, like like when I got bit by the corgi like a little while ago, there was like this scare about rabies because that dog was basically out in their backyard for a year, you know, exposed to the elements and whatnot, and you don't know what would happen to that dog. But they did have the rabies paperwork, so the dog was vaccinated for rabies, though it might have been like nearing expiration, so it's kind of scary. Ooh, what's this? Micro! Hey Micro, how you doing? I'm just having high five. I'm just high-fiving my cats. High five! Look at that sassy face. Why do you look so sassy today? Rabies and animals have been distant since 1886. Wow! That's actually amazing. I think rabies is still... It's not common in America, but it's still like... It still regularly happens. But then again, America is huge, so... Those traveling cats or... Uh-huh. Your cat may be killed if requirements are done. Oh no! Demarked, vaccination, has to have an European Union passport, may need to be dewormed. Oh, you can't breathe aloud. Going to Sweden or must comply with Swedish rule. Micro, thank you. Oh, thanks for using your Prime on me. I really appreciate it. It is. I don't get Twitch payouts very often, but it does help, like just getting a little extra. Thanks to all your support. Really? Some English it's close to print. Oh, nice. I just use my browser's. I use Firefox and it has a translation feature, which is awesome. You're huge. Oh boy, look, I've gotten thick, Micro. Look at this belly. I'm wearing a shirt. Oh, I gotta die. I really gotta diet. Linguist get cats out from Sweden. Here's the right one to get in. Oh, see. But the cat is flying. I mean, it just makes sense. You know, make sure they're vaccinated, they got their shots, they're dewormed, and then just like have valid paperwork. And like, as long as you make sure you have that all in check. And honestly, those are things people should be doing regularly, for the most part anyways. The secret is just to go to the gym regularly, not every day. Minimum age to get them in is 7 months. Oh, I mean, that makes sense. 7 months is still pretty young. They're still like, they still have that kitteny energy. ID, vaccination against rabies, passport, deworming, cat breed as allowed. Cat must travel within 5 days before or after its owner is flying. There's more than 5 cats in a group. Oh my. Gym every day. Oh man, I used to go to the gym 5 days a week, Micro. 5 days a week. And I would be at the gym for like between 1 hour and 2 hours. But honestly, it was good for my mental health to do that. Because otherwise, like, it's at a computer for a whole day. Hit the gym. And then basically play games and then sleep. And then it just repeat that. The gym kept me sane. Apparently we have stricter rules for Russia. But Sweden and Russia have history, so it doesn't surprise me. I mean, yeah, I believe that. You sassy cat. High five. Paw, please. Hey, can I zoom out? Oh, yeah. T-paws, please. It makes sense. Russia... what do I say about Russia? It's an interesting place, I suppose. And it has very... This to say the least. Oh boy. Astra, you can come in, you know. Oh, please. Two paws, please. Yeah, I'm trying to put it nicely. I need to fill out some paperwork that the cat is yours and not just moving for some. Oh, I see. I can see people being like really abusive in terms of like breeding certain breeds of cats or dogs in particular, and trying to sell them. Just check Russia and Sweden have gone to war 11 times. Wow. That's legitimately crazy. It makes you, I don't know, I feel sorry for the regular people. Because it's never regular people going to war like that. It's always some kind of oligarch, some kind of ruler who just wants to profit in some way. Still doesn't beat Denmark versus Sweden. Oh no. I mean, I think Denmark and Sweden, they had just thinking about history and geographic location, it's kind of, it's what's the word thing I'm thinking of? Times have changed, I suppose. Times have changed. Unless Denmark and Sweden have gone to war. Alright, I don't know this. Have Denmark and Sweden gone to war in the last 100 years? Sweden and Denmark has the world record of wars against each other. It's like 30 or 30. Oh my god. I mean, I think it was different. It was different when people were using swords and axes and bows, you know? And then when there were kings and monarchs, it's very different times. And hey Drea, how you doing? But with like modern technology, with guns and stuff, like wars are actually, I mean, there's less reason to go to war now without kings and queens. And the weapons make it so war is actually crazy and scary. I'm good, how's baby? Babies are good. They are, so my sister is here too. I'm hosting my sisters. Or one of my sisters, I mean. Because we have 2 weddings to go through to this week. We had a wedding last Saturday. I have another wedding tomorrow. And my sister makes them a little nervous. So they've been a little spooked for the past week. Poor babies. They get scared. They're scared of my sister. My brother-in-law, though, they're surprisingly okay with because he tends to be quiet. So last one ended 1660. Denmark is allowed to hit us with sticks if we cross the ice during which. Oh no! Wait, if they cross the ice, can you hit them with sticks? There's a. Yeah, Mistra's here. Look at her. Astra! What when's your wedding? Oh man, I wish. I wonder if I'll get married one day. You know, I had a dream once to get married and settle down and have kids, but things kinda. I don't know. Things kinda led me to just having cats. I'll take the cats though. The cats make me happy. Or if you get a job like summer work, you get sick for like. You get sick, you got like 1,000 after taxes per month. If you got a full-time job, you get 3,000 after taxes. You get full amount, or 2,000 after taxes if you get sick for that. Wow, that's actually amazing. We don't have that law anymore. Sick pay is what you have work. Oh no, that's such a nice thing. The thing here's my opinion. You know, people don't get sick on purpose. You know, and if we as a society allow people to if we allow people to kind of lose everything because they get sick, you lose that opportunity to get them back into, back in shape where they can. Looking at purely financially, financial incentives, having someone who able to work is better than just having somebody get sick and not able to recover. Right. Oh, Miss Troy, sleepy. Kids get sick on purpose if they're good. I mean, that's true. I think it's a little different. After taxes incurred, I mean, so I get 1,000. Oh. Are you telling me I didn't choose my quantities? Exactly. Like nobody. Like I don't know what it is. What's up with people? But people don't choose to get sick. That's not like. Being sick sucks. So I think it's better to just help people and make it so they, they can, one, get better, or they're in a position where they can be productive. Simple. In America, so here's the thing in America. People think that if you get sick, you deserve to lose everything, I guess. But like in those situations, not only are they in like insane debt, when they do go in for treatment, the taxpayers pay the cost in the interim. So technically, if you're looking at purely financial and selfish reasons, your taxes pay for those medical bills. Except now we've made it a situation where this person will never get back on their feet. And if they never get back on their feet, they're not going to pay taxes. So, like, I'd rather. How about we give them help so they get back on their feet so they could start paying taxes again? Like, if you look at it on a purely selfish and financial reasons, it just makes more sense to help. Doesn't it? Astra. Astra. Oh. Okay, I think Astra is. Wait, let me try this. Astra. Astra, come on. Astra, come on. Come on, baby. Oh, she's still not totally comfortable yet. High five. Oh, okay, Paw, please. Something easy. We'll start with something easy. Paw, please. Astra, Paw, please. Oh, are you nervous? It's okay. Everything's okay. My sister's not here for now. My sis. Oh, she's nervous. Astra. I'm gonna lock you in. Sorry, Astra. Oh, you're feeling chunky. Oh no. Astra. Oh. One place I hate is Pain Center. They told me, like, look at this pen. This pen is now a wand. Okay. Now I take away your pen and transfer it onto me. Boop. Did the pain go away? I looked at my arm and I looked shocked and said, oh yeah. Oh no. What did you think happened? Oh god. You should try that pen instead. So do you think so? Told her, what do you think? So my doctor told me, Doctor, have you seen Harry Potter? You okay? I don't think it went. She went good for her at Hogwarts. Both of us laughed at her. They don't like you because they figure out your pain isn't in your head and they can't leave. Oh my god. That's, I mean, so this placebo effect is a real thing. But, like, you can't just use that to pretend people's pain is gonna go away just like that. And it's not like you're a 4-year-old kid. Like, Astra. Oh. Okay. High five. Okay, I think Astra's feeling nervous. There we go. High five. Okay, she's calming down a little. Like, I don't know. It's kind of a cute scene, to be honest. But at the same time, is that a way to treat? Is that a way to treat an adult? When your mom was 5 or 6, she had a tummy ache, and the doctor took away her pain by making her focus on a stick figure he drew on her hand. Does it work the same on an adult with a measure? Yeah, right? I think one thing is kind of disappointing sometimes is I do know that doctors deal with a lot, and sometimes they have patients that are difficult or something. But at the same time, when they get so jaded that they're dismissing people's pain and ailments, it gets, I don't know, feels awful. I don't know what the solution is because, medical professionals deal with all sorts of things. But at the same time, how about, not everybody is going to be that difficult. So they shouldn't treat everybody like that. I'm gonna shrink. Let's see. I'm gonna shrink told her about her. She said, yeah, she got a lot of complaints. Okay. So it's just a thing that she does. So it's that specific doctor. Told him, okay. So why do you keep her? Like, it's a waste of money for government to have her, and she agreed. Apparently, she's the main chief there who runs the place. Uh-oh. Like, I could understand if it's a child or someone who doesn't understand, have a disability that actually believes that, and that's fine. But do not a person who isn't like that. What the hell? Yeah, that's something you would specifically do for children. Uh, like, was she what was it? Pediatrician? Like, the kid doctor. Like, beforehand? Like, if she was that, I think she should, be the head of the doctors taking care of children. Not one to be in charge of the people who take care of adults. Astra.Mystra. Oh no, the cats. Oh, here's what I can do. Okay. I might leave the room for just a sec. Takes care of people who have chronic pain. Oh, chronic pain is... Honestly, chronic pain is kind of scary to me. Like, it's something you don't... I don't have chronic pain, but I do understand it's something you don't really know how debilitating it is until you experience it yourself. Astra. Okay, Astra. Astra. I can't see chat right now, so we're just gonna... Astra. Mystra. This is where I play with my cats when I'm not streaming. Astra. On the bed. Astra.Mystra. Oh, are you full? Mystra. High five. High five. Astra, can you roll over? This is the playtime bed, so I'm hoping Astra rolls over. Can you roll over? Roll over, please. Yeah. Okay, you can't roll over there. How about a high five? High five. Oh. Okay. More treats. Okay, let's move you. Just... Oh. Uh-oh. Astra. Astra, on the bed. Okay, can you give me a rollover? Roll over, please. Roll over. You could do it. Roll over. Astra, roll over. Oh, they heard a voice. Uh-oh. Okay. I think that's what's happening. They're still nervous. Okay. Well, I'll probably wrap things up here. They've had plenty of treats. They are getting a little bit nervous again. I believe what happened is they heard someone walking by while they were out in the hallway. Oh my goodness, my hair. Okay. Let's see, she doesn't have a medical title. That's weird. Like, she would have to had specialized in something at some point to become the head of something. And if I was to be there, she'd be your contact person. And I said, can I change? And they looked shocked and said, why not? Why not? She's good. I said, oh yeah, the pen thing. And she's blind or brain damage. Oh no. Or she didn't go so good at Hogwarts. And they got mad at you because it's not in your head. I think that, like, it's pretty normal to want to switch doctors, right? And I think I do tell some people can date personally, but not everybody is the right fit for everybody. And that's just a normal part of life. Oh. Like, it's pretty normal, and especially in the medical field. Like, you could be the nicest person ever, but you won't, that, and you can get along with majority of people, but there's still gonna be people that you just don't get along with, you know? They cover every possible thing that could have impact you, pain, or from gambling, drugs, drinking, imagine. They had none, so they weren't happy. Oh, jeez. I mean, people sometimes have. Oh, okay. Oh, Mystra, be careful. Oh, jeez. Uh, Mystra, what happened? I, I think my sister might have tried picking them up this morning, and they're not so happy about that. Administration. The administration's the worst. Like, honestly, here's the thing. Whenever there's something really bad happening, it's almost always because of choices from the administration. But they're also the one most protected from consequences. So, you want it, Mystra? Okay, here you go. Oh, okay. Gosh. That's why I dropped out of medical school. It's a lose decision for anyone but them. Yeah, I've realized that that's become that's this. They kind of just took over in the medical field. Like, I know people try to blame doctors and nurses, but they don't make those choices. They went to medical school, they want to be a doctor, they want to practice medicine. And that was their goal, you know? The unfortunate reality is the business people took over the financial side of it all, and they've really destroyed things. And they're also the ones who they've gotten to the point where they can make actual decisions that supersede the doctor's decisions, which is crazy. Like, how there's no world where a MBA should be allowed to make anything close to a medical decision for a doctor, and yet that's the world we live in right now. You know, like an MBA could actually say like that test is too expensive. Do this other test that costs us less and makes us more money. And the fact that that's even a thing shows that the system's completely broken. And I know that doctors and nurses, they have no power to fix things because these financial people control all the money, and like the things operate on money. So what can they do? Like, the people who actually do the work aren't allowed to make any of the financial decisions, and they don't want to. They don't, like, and so it's just this evil system that's taken over. It's crazy. Oh, money people. Money people are pretty old. Anyways. It's morally reprehensible for medicine to be for profit. I completely agree. That's kind of crazy. I think the people who are in charge of like insurance companies, the MBAs that are somehow in charge of hospitals, You know, CEOs of health companies, health hospitals. It sounds crazy, but I think they should be put in jail. Technically, what they're doing is legal, but they should be put in jail, and things need to be fixed. And it's not like it's impossible. There's literally countries that have, government-owned hospitals. There are places where they don't have for-profit medicine, and it works, and they have like robust systems. Ooh, thank you for the hydrating, Labs. I have a small little nip of coffee left. In my opinion, jail time. Maybe, like, it won't really stop them, but they really do deserve jail time. Mystra. Whatchamacallit? It was the same. So I noticed the same thing happening in the college system, the school system, where at my college, all the professors, the teacher, the people who actually do work, none of them get properly paid. But if you ever walk by the administration's parking spaces, they have their own private parking lot specifically for the administrator, for the dean, the people that work the system. They're all driving luxury cars, Maseratis. They get donations from other wealthy business owners. We just, like, at my college, they just built a gym based off a donation from some kind of wealthy owner. And that, the year I was there, they're making all sorts of like for-profit changes to the college. And it was just a shit show of them being like the greediest pieces of crap you could see, and there's nothing anyone could do about it. The professors were pissed off as hell. Students hated it because, our tuition just kept going up. They had these rules where you had to buy very specific books. Oh, also, like, they forced professors to use specific programs and websites to administer homework. So professors were forced to use a thing where each student had to pay $150 to get a license for the quarter in order to do their homework. So meaning that if you didn't pay an extra $150, it means you failed the class. So, and then you had to buy the book on top of that. And they changed the problem so only the most recent edition of the book had, things in the right places. And so you had to buy a brand new book every quarter. So it like just one class would be an addition. Just taking one specific class would be an extra like $500 just so you can pass the class. You have to pay $500 so you pass the class. Just starting, let alone like all the stress from, being a freaking college student. They can crush the windows until they get a normal car. Worked at your school. Do you know what I mean? Don't listen. I'm gonna be honest, Bonky. We really should have done that. Another thing is when you got a tuition, if you stay, let me think. They included so they're working on forcing everybody at the who had Luckily, it didn't happen while I was there, but they're working on making it so part of your tuition included uh snack fees. Like you had to pay ahead of time money so you can buy things at the school store. The school. So they would increase your tuition for $300 every quarter, and that $300 you can only spend it at the school store. And the school store was like egregiously overpriced. Like a notebook, a simple notebook that you would normally buy for like $1, they were charging $10 for it. And you had to pay an increased tuition to get a card that you can only use at that store. So yeah, they had some real blatant corruption at my school. And I think the people who were funding the new gym, they're the one, yeah, they own those businesses that were forcing these changes. Yeah, it was a shit show. What the hell? Yeah, that was the state of things when I was going to college. And it's probably worse now. I'm glad I got out when I did. But yeah, that's the American dream. That's the American reality right now. Isn't that crazy to think about? Okay. That's America. That's America. And that's the thing I could see. Like, imagine all the shady stuff happening behind the scenes. Yeah. I'd say every country's nightmare. The thing is, every country has people working to create these situations. And so it's very important to, have a government that just stops them. Just do not allow it to happen. And it's this fight that, the thing is, most of us, we just want to live our lives, right? We can't think, we don't really have time to think about and stop these people, but these people are always there and they're always trying to do this stuff. It's really bad in America. Be like Iceland, put corrupt politicians and police in prison. It really should be a thing. It really should be a thing. In my opinion. I wish. Me too, Drea. Me too. That's just college. Gosh, our medical system, all our systems. I gotta ask you a question. Sure. What would you like to talk about? Oh, micro. Did you have... I remember last time I talked to you, you were... Are you back from your trip?
Professor Sophia Lamb.
Let's see, do I have swimming trunks? I do have swimming trunks, actually. Let me think. Yeah, I do have swimming trunks. The problem is that I've gotten bigger since I bought those swimming trunks. And so, I don't know if they fit anymore. If I travel to the States, do I pay like $200 and get it back when I leave the States? Not sure why you're paying $200, but if you give it, you won't get it back. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I think you have to pay for the visa. Like, they charge you for the visa just to visit, and no, you won't get it back. You're just straight up giving that money straight to the government. Trump's big new bill. God. Yeah. I'm so sad. I'm so sad, Micro. Things are nuts. It's like $20 for 10 years. It used to be. Then some card. I can just think of the visa, but I'm not sure what the detail. I do know it's hard to. I do know it's a little harder to get an American visa to visit. Let's see. Travelers to the U.S. must pay a new $250 visa and tax. Oh God! Is it from the big beautiful bill? Oh, of course it is. Non-immigrant visas. I don't understand. Like, this is the last place that where people like cause trouble. Like, are people really buying a flight, paying a visa, you know, coming to visit, you know, spending their money, their hard-earned savings to cause trouble in another country? Like, is that something people do? I mean, sometimes, but like, it's not. Like, even then, like, you kind of tell people where you're going and you have like identification with you at all times, so. Should be free to. I think if you're visiting under a certain number of days, it's not going to be. You don't need to pay that fee. But I don't know the exact details. Yeah, 9 years ago. What I read is it would be refunded. Well, I can visit for 89 days and skip that. Yeah, as long as you don't. There's like a. Why is it blurry? I do know that, okay, there we go. I do know that if you visit under a certain number of days, it won't be an issue. But, like, the details are... I don't know the exact details. So there could be... Could be, like, other details. 5 days? Yeah, I think it's fine. I think it... I don't remember the difference between Visa and Esta. What is Esta? Or to visit US. Esta card. Electronic system for travel authorization. Determines your eligibility to travel without a visa, but doesn't guarantee entry, which is determined. So who needs an ESTA? Citizens or nationals planning to travel to the US for tourism or businesses for 90 days or less. But it doesn't guarantee the ability to stay in. I see. So it's for tourism, but it doesn't guarantee entry. So it would be safer to get a visa. But I heard there's been situations where
there's been a lot of stories lately where people, even with the visa, like when TSA or ICE wants to cause trouble, they have full authority to just make life hell for people. Or both, but I think it depends if you get in the custom. Yeah, they can. The hard part is they can randomly check you. That's the hard part, and they have full authority to just mess with you. So it's just kind of hoping that they don't, you don't run into the wrong person, and that's why things are a little scary right now. McFluff's friend was, what if I get pregnant and have to stare against the wait, what? What is she wait, what is she going to do? Like, is she expecting those things? What now? Oops. Your friend might be. No, she doesn't even want kids. I mean, I feel like some things are a little avoidable, maybe. But a little protection goes a long way, I guess. I told her just fly home then. Yeah. I don't think they'll stop you from flying home. You can fly into 6 weeks. You fine. Exactly. Exactly. Alright. We'll wrap up kitty playtime here. I'll be back. Let me think. Tonight I might be busy. I should be free Monday. I might need to drive my sister to the airport, so I don't know exactly when I'll be free, but I should be free after Monday, and things should be a little bit more normal for me. Yeah. I got stuck in customs for 6. What? Eventually they got in touch with your uncle and he explained that I got in. Because of work injuring on your finger, it was not on your passport. Wait, what? Crazy. Because I do know that like traveling to the US is a pain in the butt for people sometimes, but that's crazy. A part of your finger. Oh, that's right. Yeah, you mentioned your fingerprint. But still, like, it's seriously all theater. Is someone? It's all theater. I heard something like, even though they have all these crazy stories and being this strict, despite all these things that they do, they had an 80% failure rate when they ran tests. When they were testing the TSA to see if they would catch people sneaking in stuff, like weapons and like fake paraphernalia. They fail 80% of the time despite all this theater. So the fact that we have TSA doing all this crazy stuff, they have an 80% failure rate when they do get tested, so they actually don't do their jobs. Drive you to the airport? I would. If you're visiting California, I'd help. I'd drive you to the airport. I'd pick you up from the airport. But I don't think you're going to California. I can sense because I'm on that line. CSI is just down. Yeah, one time I got back to the States. I wanted to take a picture to send my family. I'm like, hey, I'm back in the States. And this guy started screaming at me, like, put your phone away, no pictures! And he was like screaming. I'm like, what the like, what? Like, is a random person taking a picture with their phone really that national security risk that they're imagining in their head? They're freaking crazy. I mean, what they should be more concerned about is that they have an 80% failure rate of catching people that are blatantly testing them. Like, like like they're actually useless. Sorry for any TSA people that are like maybe are working, but no, like their system doesn't work. So the people are going from Cali. Oh, nice. That sounds fun. Let's say if you look for Josh and I had slime from your cousin, they scream, "What's that?" Through it, I'm gonna put your hands up. I hold it, it said slime, slime. I said detergent and dishwasher foam thingy. Right? That's freaking crazy. I'm amazed. Like, I'm amazed that they treated you like that. That's legitimately crazy. 80% failure rate, as in they... So, not only are they terrorizing people, they're bad at their jobs. It's a kid's toy, right? They either don't do the job sometimes, or they're too headstrong and spend too much time and resources. Those who are fine making them miss, those who may need checking. Yeah. Like, them acting like that is just crazy. I'm amazed that as a country that we support and allow these people to behave that way. Like, they're, in a lot of ways, these people are representing our country. And the idea that, I don't know, you can smell the scream and people stare at you, like, now you fine, just scan it. I don't get it. All I can say about that is they do have an 80%. I've repeated this like 10 times already. They're really not doing their jobs. Terrible. The 5.1 foot tall danger over here with their slime. I wasn't in the TSA, I was just there checking thingy. Another time I was in a giant tube. What is that? Yeah. What? That blows my mind. Because as people who run the X-ray and stuff like that, you'd think they'd be briefed about a common... Yeah, like IUDs is a really common, like, pregnancy prevention thing. Like, so many women have it to the point where it's pretty freaking normal. That it would be a pretty normal thing to see. And the fact that they can even be suspicious of it at all is like a complete failure of our governments. That blows my mind. He looked angry and he said, "What's your problem?" He said, "What did you say?" Oh, I see. I said, "You have a problem." The lady said, "You okay?" I said, "Yeah, no, he's crazy." He is crazy. Who behaves like that? And the fact that I don't understand how he has his job considering he doesn't know something so basic, you know? It kind of shows you just how, I don't know. Our government is incompetent on so many levels that it makes me kind of embarrassed that this is my country. They should be educated. They should be educated in that. That's the thing. That's such a basic thing to know. And considering their position and how much authority they have over people, it makes no freaking sense that that situation even happened in the first place. Yeah, I'm not a fan of our governments. There's not enough as this sign. I mean, people have. I mean, that's another thing that they should know. People's bodies are different. Like that's just how the human body is. Slime 3 was in San Francisco. And TSA San Jose, I think. I know that it's a lot more strict in the US when you come visit, but I think that's crazy. Oh, I don't know. I feel so bad that you had to go through that. Maybe Oakland or something? I wish there was a way for us to, like, legitimately stop it. One, it costs, like, for the people... Yeah. Alright, here's the selfish perspective. We pay a lot of taxpayer money to keep the TSA operating. Okay. It costs taxes. They have an 80% failure rate. Sounds like we don't need the TSA, they suck. Why are we paying these people? I was so scared to get in another room and miss your flight. Do the slime thing, that's for kids. I know other countries don't have that. Like, they don't have that problem. They scared the shit out. Oh, I'm sorry, McFluffs. Oh, my country sucks. Yeah, slime thing. I mean, I don't understand why they'd be so suspicious over freaking soap. You know, people carry soap with them. I mean, like it's pretty normal to carry some hand sanitizer or shampoo or, you know. And the average person, and here's the crazy thing. Like, are drug dealers really gonna try to smuggle drugs through the freaking airport where they're going to go through like 2 or 3 checks? Like, there's so if I was a drug dealer, which I'm not, there's so many other ways to smuggle drugs that'd be so much easier. There's like a million easier ways to smuggle drugs in. Come on. Like, they could probably ask the DEA or something. Like, what's the most common way to smuggle drugs? They probably know. And it's not like you can smuggle in an amount of drugs that'll be worth it by buying a freaking airplane ticket. You know? I don't know. You know, like, you know what they really should check? Those freaking private charter planes. I heard that one's a pretty good, easy way to get drugs in. They don't check those. The private planes, I mean. The smaller ones? Ooh, so... Well, they maybe do, but I heard in certain places it's just easier. took it out of the bag and I asked if it should be in your check-in or head bag, and it was in a little plastic round bowl thing. One time I took your monster away and I forgot it in your bag. It's like, oh no, it's not my bag. Then after 20 minutes I took your bag. Because then I remembered it's your bag. Oh my god. Oh yeah, they're so strict on liquids. You can't even bring liquids. So like when you're in when you travel in the US, they don't allow you to bring any liquids in. But if you travel to another country, you could just walk by with like a bottle of water, no problem. I do know that, you know, there was a problem with people spilling. They can serve it in hand, have water flowing in the toilet. Yeah. You know what's crazy? You can't bring liquids in, but you could buy liquor at the freaking airport and bring it on the plane. You're not allowed to open it and drink it, I suppose, but you could still, like, they're like, oh, well, I'm worried about you spilling alcohol. But you could buy alcohol and bring it onto the plane at the airport. It's the special bag that said airport. On a recent trip, they made me drink your water, but I couldn't carry it. Yeah, I hate. It's weird that that's a thing. I know. I get that there's just that precaution, but in a ways, in certain ways, it makes sense, but at the same time, it doesn't. I don't know. For first time your brother flew in a plane, the alcohol is free. He doesn't remember. Oh, he took advantage of that drinking. That's, I mean, you paid for the ticket. Might as well, right? I can't imagine being like drunk on a plane though. I wouldn't feel comfortable. But it does sound like a good way to pass the time. Oh, hi kitty. Kitty, Astra.Mystra. Mistra? It's funny that we have like these crazy USA flight stories. You know, just looking back and sharing our stories makes me realize just how crazy it is. Isn't it? That's legitimately nuts. I do know that there's precautions that need to be taken because, you know, there are people that have nefarious intentions. But to the point where they're treating everybody this badly is not a good look. I don't think that there's that many enemies that they're pretending that there is. It's all a show. Like a 1 hour layover, can I just sit on the plane during that, or do they kick everyone? It depends on your flight. Sometimes you need to transfer to a different plane. But if it's just a layover where you're on the same plane, I think they allow you to stay on the plane. I'm not sure though. I've never had to stay on the plane, so your mileage may vary. Yeah, they might kick you off. Some old man, 40-something, said, "You're too young to drink." I said, "I'm 20, dude." It's like, "No, you fit it. Show me your password, then I may believe you." During the party, you started and took password and said to your friend, "She looks like a kid, teen, but she's the." Oh, jeez. I said, "Oh no," then you got your password back. Oh boy. That's kind of awkward. All I can say is appreciate your youthful looks while you still can. Once you start to age, it goes. It doesn't come back. Not usually use it time to. Yeah, they do. Aren't he was bald and ugly? Oh my goodness. I've aged. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, there's something about that guy. That guy seems a little creepy. I'm glad nothing. Yeah, that's okay. Make her look older. I've aged a little bit. I look tired. It's okay. Mm-hmm. When I was 16, I had to show your ID at a home party since they thought I was 18. Oh, really? Had to prove you were young. Oh. But you might have that grizzled look, you know? As soon as the flight landed, I rushed out. You wanted to talk to me? Oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, that guy probably had some nefarious intentions. Or whatever his intentions were, they're probably not going to be comfortable. I got a cab, but then he walked to customs because I wanted him to shut up, and then he said, wait for you outside the customs. Oh, jeez. Yeah. Oh, I heard stories about... Like, for smaller women, there's people who... There's guys like that who really cause trouble. I feel really bad. I don't know. What's the word? What's the word I'm looking for? These creeps feel emboldened when they know that when they see people smaller than them, I guess. People think you're your older brother, but 3 years older. Oh. But it does mean that, I don't know. Being looking older means people will treat you as the more mature one sometimes. And waved goodbye because I was flashing and walked away. I showed him middle finger. I think I told the securities and custom about him, therefore he was held longer. So I can, okay. I'm glad that they at least did that. They feel dominant and control. Yeah. Yeah, they do. I've seen it happen too with like my back in high school with friends that were smaller. They're definitely more like there's definitely a situation where with my sisters, people like these older men are a little bit more comfortable like coming up and talking to them in weird ways, and it gets awkward. And it's especially awful when they're like really socially inept and creepy. It's, I don't know. Like for the women in my life, they just want to be polite and pleasant. You know, just have a calm interaction, but mm-mm. It's weird. I think that's also a thing I've noticed in streaming too. Like when like for the female streamers I've talked to, they definitely run into similar problems with like chatters sometimes. And I don't know what the solution is. Especially for smaller streamers too, who are trying to like gain a community and get more popular. Like how do you manage having some of these more creepy individuals show up? They want to grow, but at the same time there's these creepy people who are trying to pop in. Yeah. I walked away 2 or 3 securities. Can't walk past me when I got out to the customs, but he couldn't see me. He said he's there if you're looking for him. I gotta go now. I don't want him to come out until you're gone. One thing I was movie taken. Oh yeah, Liam Neeson. That was gonna be. Oh wait, in the bad way, right? Yeah. The crazy thing is that for smaller women, I heard that that's not a. Like, that situation happens it happens surprisingly often that I think people just don't realize, like, unless you're a smaller woman. Hey, Sugar Cat. How you doing? I was just playing with my kids, but we started talking about like our airliner experiences. You know, McFluffs has some crazy stories. Like, we're talking about how she was followed by this old bald man who was just like way too aggressive in trying to talk to her. That's crazy. There's like situations where she gets interrogated at TSA. I talked about a story about when I landed in the US from a trip. I wanted to take pictures, like, as proof that I'm back home. And this guy started screaming at me. He's like, "Put away your phone! No pictures!" And he's screaming. And I was like partly confused because someone's like randomly screaming all of a sudden. I look around for a second and I finally find out that he's staring at me. And it's weird to be treated like a threat, considering, I don't know, like, did they just, I know that's just how they treat everybody, but it's nuts. Gonna look while you move some dirt for your dad? Alright. Oh, move some dirt. Good luck, Drea. Moving dirt actually is really hard. So, treat yourself well. My sister has been, I've been hosting my sister, and she's been trying to socialize with my kitties. But in doing so, she's kinda spooked them a little bit, so they're not as playful as they usually are. But maybe I can just be bigger. Oh, if only it was that easy. Astra.Mystra. Let me see if I can catch that. Astra.Mystra. Mystra. Mystra. Oh no. Mystra, can I hold you? Okay. I think I have a suspicion. Mystra, my sister might have tried to pick Mystra up this morning. Give you a snack. As someone who's 4'10", oh my. Mystra, here you go. Oh gosh, you must have some stories. As you know, I'm a 5'9" man, so I haven't experienced like some of these crazy stories that people have, especially smaller women. I mean, that's your life, but the fact that there's situations where people are a little bit more predatory, I guess. It gets weird. And hello, Lost in This. How are you? I'm just chatting. I had a long week, so I have a wedding to go to tomorrow, dinner to go to tonight, and another lunch on Sunday with my family. I know, like, having family time is supposed to be relaxing, but not for me. For me, family is like extra stressful. I get mistaken as a kid a lot. My face looks young too, people think I'm half your age. Ah. Well, let me think. It's so strange, but it comes with the territory. Oh my goodness. I hope... I don't know. All I can think is... on the bright side, looking younger longer can have its benefits, but I don't know. That's just like trying to... Oh, she just tail whipped me right in the face. Mystra? Little phone here. There's Mystra. Do I have a fancy suit? I do have a suit. The hot part is I bought the suit and stuff like a couple years ago. And one issue is I got even bigger again. So it doesn't quite fit. My dad was like, he's new and Lisa. But more cycling has no boundaries to stuff. Think of so. Oh wow. So really having someone with no boundaries is sometimes can be kind of wild. Not the tail whip. Show suit. Should I show the suit? The hard part is I'm kind of sweating right now. It's a bit hot. So it might be a little hard to put on. Funny enough, my suit's in this closet right here. Yeah, the suit's in this closet. So I have it. Fashion show stream win. I mean, today technically I have today off. Mystra, high five. Paw, please. 2 paws, please. Mystra, may I have 2 paws? Two paws. There we go. Thank you, Mystra. He's not in an MC gang, but same mentality as him. Oh, so tough and gruff and confident. That sounds kind of cool. You show swimming trunks? Oh, fashion show stream. I can put on the suit, I guess. Okay, I'm just gonna wear my shirt over my shirt. So if it looks a little funny, hopefully. Well, no, I have a tank top in the closet right now. All right, Mystra, do not knock over the... Mystra, Astra, Swimming trunks. Oh, I need to lose weight before I can show off my swimming trunks. Mister, can you wave? Say hi while I get changed. Birthday suit. That'll be on a different. That would be on a different website. Oh, I'm so sweaty. Okay, I'll get changed. Okay, I'm still in the. Oh, is there a? There might be echo, because I switched over to the Droid cam. There we go. She's so cute. Tabbies are. I love tabbies. Mystra. I love little tabbies. Let's see, more like you hurt my kid, I hurt you. Like Butch the hospital. When I was a kid, he told me he threatened little kids' words. He blows. Oh my! When he was out with the dog, he watched Paca's house. And if I see the kid, you just run and take the. Oh my! I mean, he pretty. So he's crazy. That's actually pretty crazy. That's a kind of an extreme reaction. Not kind of. That's pretty extreme. But at the same time, all right. How did you feel, McFluff? Did you feel he was protecting you, or did you feel that it was too much? Like it. In my opinion, it's okay to acknowledge that yeah, he did things because it was nice to be protected, but I felt protected also a bit crazy, but I was like 7. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There are pros and cons to everything, so I think it's okay to acknowledge it. You know, there's nuance in the world. It's nice to have someone who cares that much, but at the same time, it's really extreme. I teach you the normal world and reaction. Oh my. So that must have been quite the being raised and with like parents like that, kind of intense. I needed to see someone show me the normal world too. You know, being raised in an Asian family, they believe and behave a certain way. That is not really okay. And I had my Uncle Bob, who I take care of now. He showed me that, yeah, there is a different way to behave and act, and it's okay. Okay, I put on my... Problem is my shirt doesn't fit quite so well. Okay, so one thing is this coat. I got it back in high school, so it doesn't quite fit. My suit that I'm gonna wear to the wedding. Oh, it's so hot though. Whoa, very handsome. Oh, thank you. Sun's gone, I'm back. Shirt looks nicer when it's tight. Looks like it fits. Yeah, pretty nice, right? Very simple, but it's just a suit. I do have a tie. I was thinking I should wear an outfit like this on stream, just to have that more appeal. Whoops. I gotta put this on. I have a tie too. Oh, let me go grab the tie. Misplaced my time. No. It's... Okay. Suits are cool, green screen and a suit on. Yeah. Do you think I should start wearing... Okay, here's what I was thinking. I'll buy a bunch of dress shirts. I'll wear them on stream, and then I'll do this where the buttons are kind of... Okay. I'm not very good at tying ties, so it might be a little messy. But this is my wedding outfit. Oh, it's gonna be so hot though. There we go. Green screen suit on, yeah. You know, I was thinking I have this thing right here. I could replace the curtain with the green screen. Put it behind me, and then I'll have a green screen and I'll just wear a suit. What do you think? Do you think do you think I'll be more appealing? Oh yeah. Imagine I just start streaming like this. Hey everybody, it's Cheesy Chicken. And I'm just sitting here like this. There we go. And I'll be playing video games, can you imagine? And I'll play with my cats too. Or I don't know where they went. Now we have the weather. Today, the weather is hot. Pretty much everywhere, it's going to be hot. So hot. I'm starting to glisten. These clothes are so tight. One thing I realized is I don't fit dress shirts. Just look at this. So tight. Anyways. I asked my mom why when I was older. Why when I was older? She goes, cause drugs did. I asked my mom why when you were older. He said drugs did that to him. Like he was nice and kind, but something happened he didn't like or approve of. Like bullying, he had no boundaries. He never did anything because mom said, no, you can't do that. It doesn't work like that. You understand this is your new normal. You can't act out anything. You can yell at the parents, but not more than that. Then he said if I can't do the kid anything, then I threaten his parents and said, wow, okay. So that sounds like a little stressful. So sounds like you might have had like kind of a challenging childhood, considering you had a overbearing father like that. There is a element where you do like being protected, but when your father takes things that far, it could be pretty damaging. And it shows you ways to not behave, right? Oh, your shirts are too big. Don't worry, Micro. I mean, you're taking protein and you're working out. You'll grow. You're in the process of growing like extra big. What do you think of my new look for streaming? I'm gonna buy 10 of these shirts, dress shirts. I'm gonna stream like this. Yeah, exactly, yeah. I can see that. Looks fancy and good? Okay. Maybe I should change my look from the tank tops. Only issue, I'm sweating buckets. It's a little too warm. But I think I should switch my look to this. Maybe I'll get more viewership. It is true that your looks does matter. The way you present yourself does matter, does have an effect. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll buy some dress shirts. I think you get more viewers no matter how you look. It's how you're a person. It's true. So here's how I heard people talk about it. Is that your looks, and especially like same with VTubers, your model, your appearance, gets people in the door, gets people clicking in, and then it's your personality and how you know, and then your personality is what keeps people staying. And how funny you are, how you're able to talk. Of course, I'm still kind of a baby streamer, so who am I to really say anything, but I heard that's the case. And maybe one day. One thing I've heard is even the big streamers, even the giant streamers that we know and love now, even they started with pretty small viewership. I heard some of them even were streaming to like an average of 5 people for their first 2 years. 2 years. And they just kept going. Until they're the giant streamer they are now. It just took time. Even, I like to think of this, y'all know Baby Shark, right? Baby Shark do 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 do, Baby Shark do 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 do. If you go on their YouTube channel, Baby Shark has 9 billion views. Billion! But if you go to their video, and go for their oldest. Their oldest videos have a lot of views now. But they were uploading like, let's see, Baby Shark. They're uploading videos for two whole years before they got their big breakout with Baby Shark. And well, now that they're huge, all their videos have tons of views, but okay, last time I checked, their older viewers did not have that many views. They have a lot of views now. Yeah. There's this experience when they put handsome guy and average Joe on trial for same crime, and handsome consistently gets lesser sentencing. There is a reality that there really is an advantage of being more attractive, unfortunately. So, I don't know. Maybe I should try to present myself a little bit better. I don't know. It's funny to talk about. I don't know. Kind of awkward, but just be pretty. I know, right? So easy. Just be pretty, and then the pretty privilege. Yup, it's a real thing. It's a very real thing. I wish I was pretty. But alas, this face is just how I was born. This is what I was born with. So just gotta. It is what it is. Yeah, very first impression, judge by how someone looks, and yeah, they all started small. Those who started big started small on some other platform. Yeah, exactly. You build a mix of hard work, and to make the big break, something has to go viral. Exactly. The thing is, the longer you go, there's the element of luck for sure, but the longer you go, the more chances you have at going viral. But then again, it's just that. It's just a chance that you'll go viral. And who knows if that will actually happen to somebody. So, I don't know. I think because it's just a chance, like from my opinion, just doing this for fun is the way to go. Because you never know what will happen. It might just never happen. Or maybe it will happen one day. There's always that chance. So the only thing you have your own control over is just like if you're having fun with it or not. And that's it. I'm just here to have fun. You are pretty though, you look super. Oh, I'm glad. Thank you, Sugar Cat. Atelier. I wondered. Atelier makes me think of the Atelier games. Have you played those? They're super cute. Just gotta try and keep at. Exactly! Speaking of, we have Sugar Cat is a streamer too. And as you can see, she's really, really friendly. I think you can grow more when you do it for fun and not focus. Oh, I gotta have this and this followers, donations. Yeah, I think so too. It feels kind of sleazy, in my opinion. It feels sleazy when like the donation text pops up, like donate now. But I mean but the other part of that is people don't really know about it, and so you pop it up. I don't know. I don't know what to do. It is what it is. You know, Hey guy. We're just chatting about. Look, I put on my because I'm gonna go to a wedding tomorrow. I have my suit ready, and that's why I'm wearing a dress shirt right now. It is blistering hot. I'm sweating. You don't get good at something if you do it for money. You'll gain the most success doing it because they enjoy, love it. Yeah, I think that's another thing. The big streamers do it because they can. So, the big streamers they got big because they could just keep doing it. And I think that's something they talk about pretty often. The fact that they can just, despite everything, despite sometimes, you can lose motivation because you're not getting the growth that you're hoping for. But all of them have something in common, which is just consistency. The fact that they just keep at it. And it's the same with like learning any. I mean, one for popularity, but it's also like when you're learning a new skill. Like you don't get good at art or drawing just by drawing one piece every once in a while. All the great artists say that they've drawn literally thousands and thousands of pieces, and that's how they got good at it. And I don't know. I don't know. There's things to talk about like motivation. Motivation is hard. Practice makes perfect, or at least good enough. Yeah, that's what I hear. I really wanted to, because I'd love to be able to draw one of these days. And so I've been trying to. So what I wanted to do was just draw a picture, like sit down, draw a picture every 30 minutes or something. Oh my gosh. I true. How do I share? Let me see. Plus image. Wait, new. I wanted to draw more, but I haven't gone around it. Here's what I drew for practice the other day. Look at that. I'm planning on drawing I'm gonna draw like 1,000 of these chickens, and that's the goal. Like, it doesn't matter. The goal is to draw 1,000 of these, and that's it. By the time I've drawn my 1,000th chicken, it'll look better than this, that's for sure. Practice make sure it's good enough. When someone tells me I want to, but I'm not good at it, or so I won't do it, the only answer is that that's the reason to do it. Exactly, Bonky. Exactly. You just gotta sit and do it sometimes. It's definitely hard. I think one thing I've had to get over is the idea of being perfect right away, or being good at something right away. And that was a mental block that I had for a really long time. And it's only recently that I've tried to break out of that mindset. And I think about like all the time I wasted just not doing things because I wouldn't be good at it. When that's exactly what was holding me back this whole time. That's a good way of learning for sure. I learned by drawing stuff like Pokemon and characters from old anime when I was a kid. So on your own art stuff. Oh, that's amazing. That's really cool. I'd love to see some of your art one of these days, if you're comfortable sharing, that is. Oh gosh, this chicken. Okay. I'm gonna try to draw like one of these chickens every day until I reach like 100 chickens. And then one day. And then, I mean, whether they're good, whether they're bad, doesn't really matter. Just the fact that I've sat down and done it. I drew like 90% of your stream assets, including your emotes, aside for one from your... Aww. Oh, that's adorable. I love how detailed it is, too. Actually, a surprising amount of detail for an emote. Like between the shading and whatnot. Yeah. Yeah, I rarely draw chibi, so that's definitely why. Oh, I see. Chibi is like a... So I was talking to my sisters a long time ago. They were talking about how drawing chibi was really hard. Like making that transition. Because... the fact that there's less detail in a chibi, the shapes are different. Because they have like a style, they have a different style. So there's less detail, it's more stylized, meaning that getting it right is that much harder. Because because like the more simple a drawing is, the more that every little piece matters. It is, I try to draw with semi-realism, shoujo art style. Chibi is much more deformed and cutesy. Exactly! Exactly! Like, if you're used to drawing, like, more humanoid shapes, but chibi has, like, really exaggerated features, so you have to really change your mindset when you do them. Do you know in Sweden you can camp in the forest without... Oh, really? That sounds fun. Oh, I would love to do that. You could just go camping, and I know that you're surrounded by forest. That sounds like exactly what I want. Berries and mushrooms are free to pick. Really? They're in America. I do know that it's illegal to pick sometimes because it's like public property, so they prevent you from picking it. It sucks. I compared to Kohei Hirokishi, Rimiko Takahashi, and Clamp often. Those are, you know, I would say those are huge compliments. Clamp Hirokishi is huge. So those are big compliments. Nico. Oh, she did Ranma, I think, right? Clamp. I love the Clamp art style. Clamp was iconic growing up. They had that style that my sisters really loved, you know? I grew up on Clamp anime. You can also fish in any length. You might need a fishing lines for $20 US. Oh, that's not bad. Wow, so easy. 5 biggest lake in all coast. Wow, that's not bad at all. Big license required. I do know that in America you do need a fishing license. Sometimes you need to report what you catch to like the Wildlife and Fishing Association. something like that. Whenever you catch fish, yeah, there's a lot of hoops you gotta go through to fish. It's not hard. It's not too hard, but it can, there's quite a fee to pay to go fishing. Ranma Cardcaptor Sakura. Oh, my sisters love Cardcaptor Sakura. In fact, my whatchamacallit, I was just talking about Cardcaptor Sakura with my sisters and exos. They were super into it when they're growing up, and they've recently reignited like their what's the word I'm looking for? They reignited their enjoyment of Cardcaptor Sakura. Oh, I watched, my sisters loved it, so I would just sit and watch Cardcaptor Sakura with them. It was super cute. They have such an iconic art style too. Like, it's this cutesy, stylized, and it's one thing that's special about that show is the fact that she gets like a new outfit every episode. So it's just really cute. It's such a classic shoujo anime. I love that. Yeah. There's something, I feel like nothing really gets that feel as those old shoujo anime. If you gotta move tent, you can just put it like just move it. Wait, really? You just gotta move it less than an inch and then you could stay. That's crazy. I mean, that's kind of nice. To be honest, it's really nice because I don't know, there's this treatment. It seems kind of nice to not be treated like a villain by your own government, you know? Heck, we were just having that conversation where TSA treats everyone like treats everyone awfully, and then there's your government where it seems like they treat you with like respect, which is nice. My VTubers were actually inspired by the Wings clamp drop. Cute. Have you watched, what was it, Tsubasa Chronicles? I remember I was so intrigued by Tsubasa Chronicles when I was a kid, because it had this mystical, interesting feel, mysterious, fantastical. I really liked it, but you're not allowed to sit on someone's lawn, but other than that, you can go wherever you want. I mean, yeah, that seems reasonable enough. Sounds awesome. I was asking, some people say, yeah, that's fine. I mean, some people, like, there's nothing more of a shame than there being an amazing location and view that you can't enjoy because of like some arbitrary rule that it's private property. There's some really beautiful locations here that people would love to be able to enjoy, but you can't because it's private property. And I understand that there's a balance to be made, but I don't know. I feel like nature should be enjoyed by everyone as long as they're respectful. Oh, and it's only called Cardcaptor and Sir Magic Ray. Ray Earth! My sisters loved that too. I watched Magic Knight Ray Earth growing up too. And I don't remember much about it, but I remember it being so fun. Oh. Why hasn't Magic Knight Ray Earth come back? I know so many people watched it and loved it. You know what? I think I have it on my Crunchy list. Yeah, I do. Yeah. It's on Crunchyroll. Maybe I should rewatch it one of these days. Does it hold up? I thought it was getting is it? Oh, that'd be amazing. There's this charm that modern anime hasn't been able to recreate that the older ones have. I don't know how to explain it. Do you feel the same way? There's if someone owns land, you can tent there. Nature is free to explore. Oh, that's really nice. I was walking at one of the parks in my area. I was walking down this path for not that long, like maybe 30 minutes. And I reached the end, it was blocked off, and it said, private property, no one can pass. Violators will be prosecuted. And I thought it was a shame because it was a really nice trail, only for it to end abruptly because I guess someone owns it, which I find crazy because for someone to just own a vast amount of space like that, crazy. That's what it's like here. Have I played Final Fantasy X? I played that a few years ago. I felt like how playing RPGs as a kid felt. Really do need it. Yeah, I played Final Fantasy X. Oh, I love Final Fantasy. In fact, I just bought it again. I bought it like last month so I could play it. So I could revisit. Like with once Square, I really miss old Squaresoft. Squaresoft games were amazing, but once they merged into Square Enix, they lost that charm, and it's such a shame. Playing Final Fantasy XIV though, again, it kind of brings me back a little bit. It's not quite the same as like those older Squaresoft games though, but it's still quite good. I saw some people had an American over, they went fishing, the American asked if they owned the lake, they said no. Asked if they had a license, they said no. They know nothing and that guy was scared of being arrested. Yeah, that's the thing. If you accidentally go onto someone's private property, and like that private property line is like quite vague sometimes. You could just be walking out in nature and not even realize you've walked into private property. And if you get caught, they'll throw you in jail or give you a crazy fine. It's pretty nuts. And that is a reality for a lot of Americans. Let's see, Dragon Quest XI had that feeling. It's a relatively recent game though. Like, oh really? I haven't played a Dragon Quest in a while. The Dragon Quest I played felt kind of generic with like barely any story. But I do know it's a classic for a reason. And especially with the artist of Dragon Ball doing the art for so many years. Rest in peace. Oh, it's Final Fantasy X is your favorite one, although FF7 is getting up there with all the remakes. Yeah. 10, I really like 10. The thing I like about 10 is I feel like the characters are so much more fleshed out than the previous games. And there's actual romance, there's charm, you know, it's voice acted. The story is so interesting. Like 10 is amazing. It's legitimately such a beautiful game. I think FF7, I remember playing FF7. I love FF7, but I didn't get into the characters as much as I did with 10. I do miss the era of Xbox, OG Xbox and Xbox 360. They're gonna be off time, like Last Remnant, Infinite Undiscovery, Magna Carta 2 Cameo. I only played Last Remnant, I think. Wait, no, I played Did you play Lost Odyssey? Sugar Cat? I think that's what it was called. Lost Odyssey. Yeah, that's the one. Lost Odyssey was made by the people who made the older Final Fantasy games. And the writing in that game is fantastic. Let's see. Our Last Remnant was really good. Very, for the time, it was a like beautiful game. I never got to play it though. I heard good things though. Dragon Quest XI was kind of generic, but sweet, loved it a lot. I do like this. The thing about RPGs, if they have lovable characters, an RPG needs lovable characters.